Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name. Welcome to another Dragon Quest Tact video. And Dragon Quest 2 has invaded Dragon Quest Tact. What we're going to do in today's video is basically just kind of go over all the new stuff that's in the game. Kind of give you a quick rundown. This video, I'm like, oh, this will be a nice short video. It's probably going to be 15 minutes long. I don't know how to keep videos super short. Anyway, we're just gonna go over, take a look at everything. That way you guys can kind of know what's going on. All right, so we're gonna check two things. There's obviously this, you can go through here. This will help navigate. I do like this page. I don't love it, but it's like fine. I typically like to come here to the notices because it'll actually have everything listed and a lot of information that is not necessarily listed in that area. So let's come here. Bjorn Metal. No. I went down too far. Mega Boss. Here we go. I don't know why it has Atlas and then the Dragon Quest 2 event. But all right, here we go. Event schedule. This is very important because there is a mission to get to like level 3. You can see it right there. It's like get to level 3 of the Passage to Render Arc or whatever it's called. I don't know what exactly, but that's not even possible until August 23rd, as you can see here. So it's not even in the game yet. That's going to be part of the second part of the event. It's a 3-part event. So if I went around looking like, where do I get this? There's a unit. How do I get this? I want to be able to show the unit off. It's not even in the game yet. It will be as part of the, it'll be here on the 23rd. All right, so here's basically what we got, right? We got event quest, chapter 1 to 5. I don't know why you bother saying chapter 1 to 5. I don't know if we're getting any more. There's not a hard or very hard version that I saw. There is a lot of like side events stuff though. A lot of really fun stuff of hard, very hard other side events, but it kind of looks like this is the route they've started going in the newer events. Is instead of having this main story and then having 3 versions of that story like they had in some previous events, it's basically you go through the story, get all your free stuff, and then they're going to have other side events. Like there's a Sorrow's Peak thing, which is still labeled Sorrow's Peak, but it's not Sorrow's Peak. It's a different thing. It was labeled Sorrow's Peak in something. I don't remember what, but I saw it in the game. But like they have another Sorrow's Peak-esque event. They have another, just like, I don't know, there's like a hard, easy, medium, hard of like different boss fights and stuff that we'll go see there. Login bonus, it's okay, same old. It's nothing exceptionally good here. You're gonna get a couple hundred gems. You're gonna get a couple summons here. Event missions, these are a little bit lackluster, I would say, overall. I didn't think they were great. We'll take a look at them. DQ2 special missions, this is great. You're gonna get some free irises, some about 3,000 gems. Into the Hall of Hargan, Mega Boss Battle, blah, 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 blah. All right, we're not gonna just read that. So let's go over the things they get. That's like, I should have that pulled up and to have a screenshot so I could just read that and then go over and show everything. But let's just go here to the event. So you can see when you look at the story, it's gonna be 5 chapters, and each of these 5 chapters is gonna have 4 things, right? So you're getting a decent amount of gems here. It's a fun little story. Again, I didn't pay attention to it, but they've always been pretty fun. We have another mega boss fight with Atlas. This is going to be very similar to Bjorn, where the HP carries over between attempts. You don't need to successfully do it in one attempt. So if you get him down 20%, you 20% damage, the next fight he'll have 80%. He'll summon some enemies. He'll have some attacks. You got to avoid tiles, and then he'll be able to expose a weak point to do some extra damage. I might do a guide on the hard one for what I do. Maybe not a guide's the right word, but I might show how I'm clearing it. People tend to get pretty good at these. There is also going to be another thing where you have to get like in the top. Will it even tell me here if you go to the rankings? I don't know if it'll tell you here. But there's like if you get in like the top 3,000, you'll get the rainbow icon after the Dragon Quest 2 event ends. So there is like an exclusive icon for people that are in the top. I only did Bjorn like hard like 2 or 3 times, and I got the 3,000. So it should be similar or even easier to get here. So if you do it just 2, 3, 4 times, it should be similar. But it looks like they've actually refined this a little bit because these rewards are actually like pretty decent, right? You're gonna get gems every single time you clear it, and you're gonna get these medals here so you can re-roll some items that you may not have. So before you were just getting these bottom things, but now you're getting all that top stuff too, or maybe not all of it, but you know, you're gonna get gems and you're gonna get the other stuff, at least based off what I read. I haven't cleared it yet, but that is what the reward thing is. So that's like better than the Mucifer one, or the Bjorn, sorry. And so Dragon Quest around the world, this is going to be kind of what I was talking about, right? There's 5 stages and they're just one stage each, right? You don't go into it with multiple stages, but each one of these things has a awesome, like each of these is a great stage, right? They've got a recruitable monster. This one is the only one that has something that was already available on Wackolite, but he hasn't been, I'm sure his drop rate's really high here comparatively to normal. So we have a new weapon here. The weapon, how is it? It's okay. It's like, it's Sizz physical weapon, so I don't have a lot of Sizz physical stuff. I'm sure one of the new units uses it or something. But this one just gives the medals, which kind of sucks, but the new Medusa creature, we're gonna look at all the creatures in just a second here. That way you guys can decide which ones you want. Here, recruitable is the Ghoul and the a new armor. And then I think there's 2 new armors, 2 new weapons, right? So we had a weapon and armor, and I think this is another weapon and another armor. This one is a Zap Staff. Zap Staff's pretty cool. I don't have there is the new unit, that new S unit, banner unit that has Kazapple, I think, or Kazap, you know, has some like big zap, so that would be pretty good for it. Other than that, it's still going to be pretty good on just Zapple users, right? It's like still you're hitting the wisdom cap, and so the potency is pretty important. I don't know if it's going to beat out the I'll have to compare it directly to the 100 mini metal staff, because that's probably better, but I don't know for sure. And this one has another, this is like paralysis resistance. The armors tend to not be very good. I mean, there are some good armors, don't get me wrong, like the liquid metal stuff, liquid metal shield, and the one you can get from the arena shop are like really good, right? But armors, few and far between, are very rarely like actually good. They're usually like, it's okay, it's fine. So you go medium, hard, very hard. I have not, these one 2 actually were a little bit difficult. They were, I'm still autoing all these with the team, but I'll have to actually pay attention to these other 2, because I would like to be able to use skip tickets on these. But still, I'll probably just grind it with a lot of stamina mostly. And then we have, this is the Sorrow's Peak-esque event. I don't know if was Sorrow's Peak 3 fights. I think Sorrow's Peak was 4 fights and then you fight Sorrow. This one is 3 and then you fight this. There might be another person behind it. I haven't cleared any of it yet. I'm sure there's hard, normal, hard, very hard. I'm not sure what the rewards are for this yet. I'm sure it's mostly icons. You come in here, you're going to get the first time rewards of gems, and you're probably going to get lots of DQ2 medals. And outside of these right now, we are going to be getting, again, we're going to be getting something, a new like thing, a tower-esque thing on the 23rd, but that's not there yet. The only other stages we have, I believe, currently are going to be these battle roads. You can see most of the new monsters right here at the top. That is 4 of the 5 new free monsters in the game, and then there's another 3 banner monsters, 2 S's, 1 A. I haven't cleared any of this yet, but the rewards are like not that bad. I mean, they're not very good though. You get like a boom scroll at like the top end. Boom is like kind of shit, but it's not like actually bad. It could fit on something. I don't know. It's always, I always like just getting scrolls and holding on to them forever. It's not my favorite ward for sure. There will be another battle road added later, I assume, for a secondary banner unit thing, you know, like I'm assuming we're gonna get the riddle monster Malroth or whatever. He'll be added to the game, and that he'll get a battle road or something, or at least just like the gremlin. Well, there's the gremlin's one of the free units that's not in this battle road. Maybe he get his battle road. So not here yet, but it probably will be with a second slew of free monsters is my guess. So quickly, let's check out the swap shops. Boom, boom. So the Dragon Quest II medal. Okay, really quick. I should have mentioned this earlier in the video, but there are 3 free orbs in this event. I should have mentioned that first. That's like one of the most important things. This is like, we're just coming off a couple free orbs from the Valentine's Day event, and we're getting another 3 orbs. I think 3 is the current gold standard. I am happy with 3. I said 2. I was saying 2 is mandatory, 3 is fantastic. Like 2 is like, I'm not happy, but that's okay. 3 is like, this is great. Thank you very much for 3 free orbs. And so there's going to be only 1 in the shop. So I want to make sure you don't miss them. Look at all these fucking shops right now. It's a little ridiculous. We still have the Bjorn medal. I can't even use it. But here we go. We can take a look at this one. I already have 3,000. There's going to be an orb in here. It's probably going to be what I get first or last. Oh, the hero fragments are what I'm going to get first. You know why? Because that puts me up to 98, I think, hero fragments. I got to decide if I want Bianca or Elena. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yes, so there is an orb here. There's also, oh, sorry. We're supposed to go over the shop really quick, not just the orb. So basic, you know, so there's 20 free pulls here, 10 and 10 of each of the new banners. You also are going to get kind of 10 free pulls because you get at least, it's probably closer to 40 free pulls if you spend all the gems you get in this event specifically on this event's tickets. Because you're going to get 3,000 for completing some missions, and then you're going to get a bunch for completing all the levels as well, probably close to another 3,000. So I don't know how many gems we're getting exactly and add it up, but we're probably getting somewhere around the 6,000 ballpark range is my guess. So you could consider it kind of like you have 40 free pulls. And there's likely over the course of the event, there'll be a total of 50 or 60 because they'll probably add more of these free tickets. And I'm sure the other banners that come out, if there's multiple or at least one more, will also get free pulls. So pretty good amount of free pulls, not like absolutely ridiculous, not like the anniversary event, but still very good. You know, good old stamina herbs, 10 irises. That's about where you want to be. Good gold. The scrolls are pretty bad. I think the tomes are usually garbage. They're very, very expensive for what you're getting. Typically, like if you happen to have enough, it's okay. Actually, Zapple's a pretty good scroll there, but typically it's like you get way more tomes out of just farming the tomes instead of farming stages to get medals to then get tomes. It's not an efficient use of your energy here. Okay, so I didn't see the Zapple. The Zapple's pretty good. Smoldering Breath, whatever. Seer, Glacier, Thin Air, Lightning, Hades Pit, all pretty bad. Like the only time these things are good are like in Battle Road 8s sometimes, like if you have really low strength characters, but you have like you know, exactly like Seer, and the enemy you're going up against is weak to Frizz, and it's a level 75 but can't do any fucking damage. This will let it do some damage, right? So that's typically where these are good, but they're also B rank, so you got to use B rank's books on it, and that kind of blows. These are always good to have. I tend to pick most of the stuff up, not all of it. So it's not like a spectacular shop, very, very run of the mill. You know, the fact that it has 2 different armors, 2 different weapons. I actually like this weapon pulls, but yeah, it's exactly what you would expect, honestly. Nothing really to say there. And is there any other shops? I don't think there's any other shops there. Surprisingly, there is no new set items, right? They didn't add there was no like Dragon Quest 2 event thing. So that was a little, I think, odd. And let's go here. What else is new? You know, this is why I pull up the notice. Oh, so sorry. I told you about 3 orbs, right? Let's go find those other 2 orbs. They are going to be right here in this fancy screen that you got to pull up. So again, you could use this to help you navigate event shop, event battle road. We looked at that. We looked at the event quest. We didn't look at the event missions. I'll look at the event missions, but the bounties, just by playing all the stuff normally, these guys spawn everywhere. I mean, I assume it's very similar to the Slime Knight. I don't know which stages are the best to farm them, but again, I got 33 from just going through the story and doing a couple of the side things, not even close to being done, using almost no extra stamina. So it's like this should be pretty easy to get. But after you get to 500, and I know 500 is a lot, but you're going to get 15 irises at 100. You get these keys anyway, which are pretty good. You're going to get a couple more gems, not a big deal. Couple herbs, not a big deal. The big deal is at 500, you get a free orb, and that's going to take a little bit to get to, but not that bad. Honestly, I got it without even trying on the other one, just as you know, just by playing every day, a little bit every day. I actually don't know what this armor does. So there's a 3rd armor here. We're going to go take a look at that because I have it. After you defeat Atlas 10 times, you'll get another orb. And you see every other like 2 times. You only need to do it 10 times at all to get the orb. But then every 2 times after that is 5,000 more gold, right? That's pretty ridiculous. That's actually fantastic. So Atlas up to 20 times is super worth it. And I honestly think he's going to be worth it more than that. This feels way better to farm because of the rewards from the keys you get. That I will be making a team and a strategy that I use repeatedly, hopefully clear them in 2 attempts, maybe 1 attempt if I'm crazy. But this is not something I'm going to solve myself. It's going to be a community thing. So if you have any ideas how to clear Atlas, come let me know in the Discord. But let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the new armor and the new units. All right. I think that's a good thing to do here. We go party. Can we go equipment from here? I honestly don't know. Yeah, alchemize equipment. Duh. And I'm going to organize by obtained, which is typically what I'll do if I want to show off something specifically new. Sorry, I don't know why it's pooping right now. It is pooping on my fucking life. All right, obtained. All right, so we have the new paralysis resist robes. It does have a little bit of defense, a little bit of wisdom. Paralysis resist, I don't think it's good. Is it bad? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'll say it's bad. Paralysis resist like 8%. I don't know. What can you roll on it? Like crack resist, crack spell type resist 4%. Like, I don't know. Like maybe if you get it just, the thing is, it's just not worth the money. I could have 1 million gold, which I almost do. In fact, I could have 100 million gold and I would still probably almost never re-roll this because the absolute nuts is still like, okay. Weapons you get way more out of. And maybe I'm undervaluing some of these armors, but unless an armor is like exceptionally, I would prefer stats like every time. When you look at these, you can get really, really good. I mean, these aren't literally stats, but this is damage output. A lot of times a slight % chance to resist a debuff or like a status effect is bad. Like you'll just use a unit that is resistant to that if you really need to, or if it does work, it'll be like a happy coincidence more than it'll be anything. But Burning Strike potency, yeah, so this is specific to that unit, but you can roll it to do Sizz type physical. I don't even know if I have a Sizz physical user. I'm sure there's like one in the B ranks, but I don't think I have like an SA rank Sizz user for physical attacks. Zapple, on the other hand, I'm very excited about. Like, I do just like the staff in general, right? Zap type spell potency. Zap spell brilliant 4% is what I want the most. People were saying potency is better than brilliant. Obviously, potency means it always works. However, I'm only using Zapple against things that are weak against Zapple. Otherwise, I'm not bringing in Zapple, you know, because it's not that strong. I'm only using it in like fringe scenarios. So this is like a fringe scenario staff, kind of like the Zam staff. But I'm like, when it's good, it's literally the best weapon in the game for that exact situation, which is why I like having this. I will likely re-roll this like 10, 20 times, looking for a couple rainbows that aren't specific to the character that I'm probably not going to get. This armor, I honestly don't know what it does. Poison resist. This one's extra bad, I think. Enemies don't really poison you. I don't think it's very good. And poison is extra weak in arena, so I think poison resist is worse than paralysis resist most of the time. It's cool looking armor though. Hobble resist. Okay, this is kind of cool. I mean, but like when the this is gonna, if the hobble resist matters, I mean, I'm obviously there's stats too, right? Like this is an important part of it. Like you're not gonna want to get the nuts of 3 rainbows and getting hobble resist plus 15, so you have 25% hobble resist. Woo! No, that's a lot of investment for like not that good of a result. However, if you get like 8% frizz resist, I don't know, that's like okay. Typically though, I would still roll for like wisdom plus 7 or defense plus 8 times 3. That's what I would do here. If you get like defense, if you get wisdom times plus 7 times 3, right? That's 7, 14, 21. 21 wisdom, 29 wisdom. No, sorry, 28 wisdom. 28 wisdom is not bad. It could be pretty good armor at that point. Like if you get a good stat boost, but the hobble stuff is just like whatever. Who cares? All right, now let's take a look at the monsters really quick. This thing is pooping. I have had my phone all day and I've been playing this event a lot today. You know, it came out pretty late in the day. Here I am now recording, trying to get it, get a video up for you guys. All right, we go to view party members. This should already be organized by obtained. Yeah, here we go. All right, so there is currently 1 free A unit. I think there's only going to be 1 free A unit in the event. Maybe there will be, no, because there's a Frostburn coming out and he's going to be a B unit as well. So I think there's only 1 A unit and 4 B units and 1 C unit. I might be wrong, but I think these are all the free units in the game, minus the one that we're going to get on the 23rd. We'll go low to high. We'll start with the C unit here. We're just going to quickly review. I'll give you my opinion on them. I might do a full breakdown of a unit review on a couple of them specifically, but we're just going to give thoughts on them. This guy, his stats don't really matter. I mean, hopefully he looks like he could have decent HP. 140 at level 1. He gets plus max HP. He gets martial potency up and tug potency up. So this is a unit at C rank. I think might be better than it looks. It depends on how tanky he is at the high level, but deal minor martial damage to one enemy, occasionally stuns. That's okay. Sometimes that's going to be really good, and like on a certain battle roads that would be fantastic. Sorry, I thought I saw something over there. It was nothing. And then tug deals moderate martial damage to one enemy, pulls it 2 spaces closer. So this is kind of cool because it has a range of 3, right? This is the same ability that Queen Slime has, so it's going to be similar to Queen. It's going to be more powerful than Queen Slime's up to a point. Like Queen Slime at level 110 is going to be stronger just from the level, but this guy actually has potency increases on it. So as far as C rank goes, I think he actually has a chance for some damage, but you're probably never going to use him. But I don't think he's that bad, and he's kind of a cool looking unit. Ghoul, I think, is one of the more interesting ones. These are actually some pretty good B units too. I'm not sure what I'm going to use them, but they're very interesting. This guy is like a physical attacker, right? He has 2 physical attacks, but he starts with Sizz. That's kind of nice because it's kind of like his gap closer, because he's probably only got a movement of 2. Yeah, he's got a movement of 2. He doesn't get any more. So he gets to do a little bit of damage at distance. You would still prefer to see a physical ability in this, but he's a B unit. If it's an A unit, I would say this is a bad first ability. As for B units, I'm like, this is like something. It lets him do a little bit, like maybe 100 damage the turn before he gets into attack. He has Toxic Thrust, which I think everyone knows is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. It's not King Bubble Slime level of Envenomate Breath, but this is the other ability that he has, right? Where it just does physical potency, 55% physical potency, random enemies in the area of effect 4 times, rarely poisons. It's going to depend on agility, I think, because this guy, I mean, that agility seems pretty decent, but this ability misses a lot on King Bubble Slime, but it's really good at envenomating enemies if they're not resistant, and if they are resistant and you have a King Bubble Slime or Hell Gladiator passive leadership skill, it's good at getting that initial poison stack on it or extending the duration of poison. It's a pretty good ability in poison strats. It's nice to have another unit that could do that if for people that don't have King Bubble Slime. Hell Gladiators in the general pool, and this will help people double down on that strat. And Dark Spike is good. Everyone likes Dark Spike, right? There's not a lot of Zam physical users. This guy's pretty, you know, it's a good ability. It's not amazing, but it's definitely got its uses in situations. You're not going to be like going on Reddit and like, oh my God, Dark Spike, it hit for blah, blah, but it might hit for like 400 or something sometimes, you know? Depends on his attack. But overall, very solid, well-rounded B unit, and I like him. He's got a good toolkit here. This guy, all these units are good, actually, surprisingly. I think they're getting, we're going from like the worst to the best, I think. Attack prep greatly raises the user attack for 1 turn. This is just next turn, he hits way harder, you know, 2 stages up. Very good. The issue is you do have to make sure he's in range. He starts with a movement of 3. Sorry, he has a movement of 3 because we already awoken him a little bit. So he has a movement of 3, so you get to move up 3, attack prep, move 3, attack. So what really matters on this guy is obviously his attack stat, because it's a percentage up. He's at 76 at level 1. I mean, that could be pretty good. He does have the HP boost, which is kind of lame, but we'll see. Like, I'm going to level these guys up, and I'm actually going to know if they're good or not, because they got the battle road, right? So he's got Beast Bopper, 270% physical potency against beasts. I believe this goes up to 420% on beasts. And then it just goes up to like, I don't know, pretty good, like 210%, maybe 180%, or all other families, something like that. It's like pretty bad against normal units, but it's great against beasts. This is one, you know, obviously there's some for, there's one for every single family in the arena shop. Handsome Crab, or one of the crabs, has one for slimes. Tiger Cub has one for demons, I think it is. And Bianca has one for boss monsters, you know, question marks. So this is just a tried and true great ability in the right situation, right? The fact that he also is combined with probably a pretty high base attack, and he gets to increase his attack for 1 turn for while he's closing the distance, Ragnar style, you know, this is very good. This means that he could likely do more damage than a Ragnar, and Ragnar is pretty notoriously powerful. For an A unit, this is a B unit. So I think this guy's gonna be pretty good. That's not even his final ability where he's getting potency on. He gets Bonk. Deal 195% potency physical damage to 1 enemy and occasionally confuses. Confuse is a rare ability, does not come up that much. This is pretty good potency. This is like a whatever slash, I don't know. But the point is, you're never gonna get a type bonus, but it does higher percentage of potency as opposed to the Dark Spike we saw in the earlier unit. It gets bigger increases, I think, but it's just slightly more damage. But you're never going to get that brilliant, so it's likely going to be worse in a lot of situations. Still, I like it. I like his ability to do beast. I think this guy's going to be really good. This guy is so dependent on his final stats, though, because of his HP's a little bit too low. If his attack's a little bit too low, he just becomes completely useless. But as long as those check out, he's going to be a great unit. The zombie actually is a little less stat dependent because he could poison, so you can kind of keep him safe. And this unit, this is actually this unit probably isn't as good, but I really like it because I haven't used this ability yet. But he's got reheal. What's his movement at? 4? It is. He's got 4 movement and he's got reheal. I don't know how good reheal is. It might be totally shit. But one of the biggest weaknesses of healers is that they have to heal every single turn and you don't get a chance to ever attack, or like you don't get to like, let's say you have Emperor Slime, right? And you want to buff or you want to cheer a unit, but you need to heal it every turn because they're taking a lot of damage. You have to heal. You can't heal, cheer, heal, heal, cheer, because they'll just die. So you never get a chance to get the cheer on. Reheal, theoretically, if you're not taking too much damage, could potentially give you time to then apply a buff. This guy doesn't have another buff, but you can get a lot of those scrolls. Or I think there's some of those scrolls. So this guy could theoretically heal and keep multiple units buffed. It depends how good reheal is. It's not going to be as good as mid heal. Otherwise it would be OP, right? I don't know if it stacks. I think this is probably not that good of an ability, but I'm interested in using it. This is a 4 movement hybrid healer that also they can keep multiple units healed, right? Because they heal for 3 turns and he can cast it every turn. But he also has Frizzle, which is pretty good. A 4 movement Frizzle is actually kind of nice. The really, really good Frizzle users, which are Lump Wizard, which is just a worse version of the Cat Wizard, Closserer. Closserer is slightly better than him in damage, but this guy has 4 movement and he has the ability to heal stuff as well. So he's overall a slightly worse Frizzle unit, but a better unit. And then he also has this really cool ability here, this Fiery Breath. It just looks like it's going to be similar to, I hope it's like the power level of Inferno, because Inferno is still good. Green Dragon's still a great unit, tried and true, good unit. But this has the extra wings on the side, right? So you get to hit 2 units in front of you. It's really close to the same as like it's missing 2 squares from the Hackosaurus thing. Sorry about this connection, bro. So this has got great range and it's got decent damage. I assume moderate. Moderate means a lot in the breath world. Like it could be really low to pretty high. So if this is low, it's not going to be great, but still, for things like I like having an ability like this, even on a Frizzle user, even though it's the same element, because sometimes you're fighting up against something like a Sorrow or something with spell resistance, right? And this breath ignores all that. So this kind of gives them an alternate damage output. I kind of wish that Fiery Breath and Frizzle were switched. That way he could have a get the level up potency on Frizzle instead. But Fiery Breath might be better than I think. But this unit here, this unit seems like it might be like secretly nuts. This is like a poor man's Zoma, and I know that sounds insane. It's a very poor man's Zoma, don't get me wrong, but that's kind of what it is. So he's got Whoosh, garbage, right? Whoosh sucks. If it was Swoosh, we'd be talking. Because it's like, okay, Whoosh sucks. You're almost never going to use this ability ever under any circumstance. You might put the boom scroll on him though. I don't know, man, that could be pretty good. But he has this second ability here is really, really cool. Deals moderate spell damage to 1 enemy. So this means this will always have a decent effect, right? No element. So a non-elemental magic, spell damage. Very, very, very cool. And sometimes it locks physical moves. So how often does that happen? I don't know. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this ability here, right? There's physical lock. I don't know how useful that's going to be. It seems pretty useful. Physical lock, again, it seems like a good way for him to defend himself, right? I like that. I like that it's a certain element and it's good against physical users, not as good against other casters, of course. But still, I like that. I don't know how else to say. I think that's a lot of I think that's going to help out a lot. It could even be good in like an arena. Honestly, this could be a great arena unit because he gets in, could do some damage, and he could actually like potentially, I guess he can't lock out a Sorrow, but he might be able to lock out in a Stark, maybe. I don't know if he's immune to physical lock, but if you might be able to lock out in a Stark for a turn from his physical attacks, just destroy arena, that could be good. And he's an A unit, so a lot of times you can have like maybe 3 or 4 S's and then an A or something on a really high weight week. 3 S's and 2 A's, something like that. I think this guy could definitely fit for that kind of, anti-physical comp. But also, it's not even like his quote-unquote good ability. He's also got a Zam spell here. Deal moderate Zam-type spell damage. So this is Zammel, but it also curses. Occasionally curses. Now, I don't know if you level this up, if the curse is going to go up, like the percent chance. or if it's going to do the damage. I assume it's going to be the damage, but curse is very interesting. I don't know exactly what it does, I won't lie, but the tooltip said something like it prevents all action, like it's like a stun, I think. Let's see, you know what, maybe it's inside the game mode here. But that's like another really cool single target, decent damage, but mostly debuff thing here. I've already downloaded it all, don't lie. Help. Let's take a look here. Home, adventure, party, scout, swap shop, arena, other, adventure. Story, events, training quest, battles, battle screen, status, ailments. Here we go. Sleep, poison, stun, paralysis, blind, physical lock. Physical lock, afflicted monsters become unable to use physical abilities with the passage of turns. Yeah, breath lock, bind, curses. Any party member afflicted by a curse has a chance of being unable to do anything in a turn. Curses wear off at the passage of turns. Okay, so it's like a paralysis, but it's not guaranteed to work. So it's not insane, but it does seem pretty good. Like if it works once, so it is a little annoying that it's like you have a chance to curse and then that curse has a chance to stun them for that turn. But sometimes this is gonna, you know, you're gonna instantly win because you'll high roll and you'll curse them and then they'll miss 2 turns in a row and just die. To be added in future updates, charm. So charm's not even in the game. I don't think all these are in the game. Maybe they are, I don't know. Actually, I'm curious, confusion, what does that do? Units affected by confusion cannot be commanded. These units also become more prone to using fight against allies. Confusion can wear off with the passage of turns or by taking damage from physical or martial abilities. Yeah, actually, I guess that says it right here, right? Sleep. Probably it also mentions that sleep does not poison. Deep sleep is harder to wake up from than regular sleep. Got it. Taking damage from physical or martial abilities. Yeah, so breath and spells don't wake sleep. I don't know, just it says so right there. But yeah, so curse is like a sometimes stun. That's a really cool ability here. This is a 30-minute video already. Jesus Christ, that's very long. But we're gonna keep going. It actually, the time is frozen, so I don't know if it's still working. I'm just gonna keep pretending as if it is, and we will figure it out then. We're actually right at the end here, though. Let's take a quick peek at anything else that we may have missed. Why am I talking so long? Because, bro, there's a lot to talk about in this event. It's a massive event. I don't blame you guys for not watching this whole thing. I'll be honest with you. Event quest. We looked at the monsters. We looked at the shops. We looked at the equipment. We looked at all of the things you can go to. We looked at the... oh, we get a mid-heal scroll. I don't know what these are. Take the decorations you earn from beating into the Hail of Hargan. Okay, by doing the Hargan stuff, you'll get these. Oh, well, look at that. Is there 4 orbs? Yeah, I said 3 orbs. Look at that. I did not even look at this. 4th orb right here. And a mid-heal and 5,000 gems. So there we go. Actually, there's 4 orbs in this event. Missed that one. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video recording worked. But either way, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I got a lot of content to make. I have to work on it. Got a job now. Been doing that. And, you know, but let me know what you want to see. If there's anything specifically you want to see, I'll plan on doing very hard versions of the fights, showing you guys what my teams are for that. And anyway, until next time, Purplatypus is Purplatypus. See you next time.